So there are 5 categories: PSA, Who Am I, News Stories, Independent Projects, and View from the Hilltop segments. Some of these categories had a substantial amount of entries, so just to be in the nominees is wonderful, and congrats, kudos to you. Okay, so without further ado, the first category is from our TV1 classes, and that is PSA.
Have Confidence by Logan Pyers.
Success will be determined by your own confidence.
It's hard to be someone who doesn't give up.
Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits.
93% of people believe that confidence equals success.
Don't Pollute by Summer Rose.
Particles are pure glass. Trash. Trash. I know you see all that trash.
Never Walk Alone by Sam Ouellette.
Nearly half of all women say they do not feel comfortable walking alone at night.
Look at this duck enjoying the fresh water. Just kidding, let's bring it back. Trash. Nice calm waters with totally no harmful pollutants around. Just kidding, all these shiny glass particles are pure glass. Trash. Trash. I know you see all that trash. Entire trash bag. Did you know all the trash that resides in Fall River could fill up this entire storage unit? It's no secret that pollution and litter has become more common over the years. Even Durfee shows off recycling cans, but they don't actually recycle it. I think everyone's goal should be to keep our city as beautiful as we have the power to.
Okay, our next category is also a TV1 category. It's titled Who Am I? So the students literally basically tell us a little bit about themselves in video format. So here we are.
I'm 17 years old.
Farah Apollon.
I was born and raised on the island of Grand Bahama, which is one of the 700 islands and keys that makes up the entire Bahamas. And no, we do not live in huts, and yes, we definitely speak English.
Charlie Karen.
Vinyl record player right here, but I mostly listen to CDs because the vinyl record is broken. But I also listen to stuff on my phone and my computer.
Summer Rose.
My best friends, Neil and Matthew, Sully Cousin, and Randall Dial, my lifelong best friend. So, an interview with them, obviously, to the point.
And the winner is Summer Rose.
There's a very weird honking noise I can't explain, but this is my view. Wow, it looks gorgeous right now. God, ow! Thank you guys. I am Summer Rose. I love my name. I was not named after the season. I was named after a main character in a very unpopular movie from 2004 called Napoleon Dynamite. I still think you can tell who you are because you don't experience the interactions, and I believe life is all about interactions. My closest interactions would be with my best friends, Neil and Matthew, Sully Cousin, and Randall Dial, my lifelong best friend. So, an interview with them, obviously, to the point.
You
were happy or proud of the choice I made?
Proud of going through all those phases and then finally being like, I know what I want for myself.
What's your favorite hair color I've had?
Favorite hair color? Oh, I gotta think.
Blue.
Blue?
I know it was the worst era of your life, but it was the best hair color.
I thought blue was really good, but I really like the color you have right now.
That? No, that or the all icy blonde.
Yeah, I really like the shade of red is right now.
Yeah, I like your hair and how it is now a lot.
A large portion of my life is based entirely around school. I'm very dedicated to my future, and I would love to be a forensic pathologist. You can Google what that is. I spend a lot of time on my schoolwork. I have all A's. I am an AP honors. And yeah, flex. I have one sibling, which is an older sister, who is my best friend. We do everything together, and we have our entire lives. I guess our entire lives. We used to kind of hate each other, but one day it just like, wait, I don't know. And finally, my lovely boyfriend, William. He is my biggest fan. I don't have much to say about him. He annoys me a lot, but it's okay.
That was a bullseye!
If I didn't sign a bunch of forms that I kind of just said I wouldn't record, like, the place I work in, then I would totally show my job. But I can't even show my logo. I work at an elderly home. I'm a waitress. I just, take the orders and give them food. And sometimes I'm in the dementia unit, which is kind of different. It's more of me being a lunch lady instead of a waitress. And I just make plates of food for them and I give it to the nurses for them to pass out. It's pretty interesting down there. I love my job though. I love working with the elderly. I don't know, it's very odd coming into contact with these people every day and not knowing how much time they have left with us. So I find a lot of joy in just making like their experience with me as joyful as I can. Anyways, in general, I keep my circle small, and the people I hang out with are the people I'm going to remember for at least a large portion of my life. I share this with them, and I share it with everyone I come in contact to. I believe interactions are beautiful, good or bad. That's who I am.
So, news. Not too much creativity there. It's all about facts, right? So, and that's what some of you know. I live and die by because I handle sports primarily here. So you can't make stuff up. You got to go off of exactly what you're seeing. So it's got to be authentic and it's got to be factual. And that's, one of the things about news. And we're able to, of course, make it fun here, soft news we call it here. But still has to be factual. And that's one of the biggest things about TV2 that hopefully you came away with. So here is the news story nominees.
Historical home in Fall River.
Creepy Craft Fair by Laisha Boone.
In time to 1750.
In addition to the historical value that this house has to offer, the Lafayette Durfee House is home to so many special events.
My house with Driftwood Wall.
Viva Craft Makers Hang On by Ian Furtado.
Which led me to doing local events and coming to the Viva Maker Shop in Fall River.
Unique Places in Fall River by Gavin Macarone.
And then behind me, we have a enormous central monument dedicated to the Warriors.
It means a lot. It's got a place that...
Fun fact, by the way, monuments, right? That was Bicentennial Park. Did you know there's also a Statue of Liberty here in Fall River? Did anybody know? Kennedy Park. So between Kennedy and South Park up Broadway, there's a small Statue of Liberty near the skating pond or skating rink area. So check that out when you're out that way. Okay. The winner, Laisha Boone, Creepy Craft Fair at Lafayette Durfee.
Do you love crafts? Do you love Halloween? Well, I'm here at the Creepy Craft Fair at the Lafayette Durfee House. Come on.
The Lafayette Durfee House, located at 64 Cherry Street in Fall River, is a well-known historical landmark built in 1750. This home was once owned by Cole Joseph Durfee, who led the Fall River Militia during the War for Independence and was often visited by the Marquis de Lafayette during these times. Hence the name Lafayette Durfee House. Currently, this is the only restored historical home in Fall River, where every room has been created to bring us back in time to 1750.
In addition to the historical value that this house has to offer, the Lafayette Durfee House is home to so many special events, such as the Creepy Craft Fair, which is my favorite.
We decided to have a craft fair again this year because we want to open the house up to different venues to get more of the public down here who might not be interested in historical stories and historical life of colonial life of the Durfee family. So we want to encourage people to come down, different groups of people. And that's why we had the craft fair this year.
All vendors are local and sell a variety of items, including candles, jewelry, paintings, handmade clothing, flower arrangements, and of course there are creepy pumpkins for sale.
So I understand you're only 8 years old and you created all these tumblers and mugs behind me. How'd you do that?
I wrapped it up and I put it in the heat press with my gloves. Then I push it down and then I open it and take it out.
So tell me about some of the pieces you're showcasing today.
So today, normally I have earrings and I do magnets, but because it's a Creepy Craft Fair, I'm focusing a lot on my Halloween earrings because I think people come here knowing that it's a Creepy Craft Fair and that we do have a lot of Halloween and fall themed items. So these are the different kind of earrings that I've done for Halloween.
The Lafayette Durfee House hosts many special events throughout the year, including Tea with Martha Washington, colonial craft fairs, hearth cooking events, holiday events, and many more. And if you just want to stop by and take a tour, you can do that too. Check out their website for more information at www.LafayetteDurfeeHouse.org.
If you're an artist, or you like crafts, or you just want a unique experience, come by the Lafayette Durfee House for more events. I'm Laisha for Fred TV.
So next category is independent. So it's kind of like a miscellaneous, right? So it can be pretty much anything that's not necessarily curriculum based. So things that don't always have a category sometimes also can go into there. So we see some really cool stuff. And let's take a look at this year's nominees.
Yes.
Fatal Discord, Shattered Bonds by Trevor Kamara.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You know, damn it, bro. I've had enough of you. Get out of my sight.
Sixth Man Promo by Ryan Horseman.
Teams who have big chance and we bring energy to the crowd.
Who Did It? A comedy skit by Laisha Boone.
Hi class, I'm Detective Agent and this is
Detective Friendly.
And the winner, Trevor Kamara, Fatal Discord, Shattered Bonds.
Hey, Miles, what's up?
Hey man, can you come over later? I gotta talk to you about something.
Sure. Is there something wrong?
Yes, there is something wrong.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Hey man, come inside. Think you're funny, huh?
What are you even talking about?
Oh really? I don't know. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
Those rumors?
What rumors?
You know damn well what rumors.
Wait, are you talking about the rumors of you and Jules breaking up?
Yes, that rumor.
Who even is, like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know, damn it, bro. I've had enough with you. Get out of my sight.
Hey, Miles, what's up?
You're not, you know that. You're always doing something to piss me off.
What are you even talking about? I haven't done anything to you.
The rumors about me and Julie.
We're still on this? We had an argument about this yesterday. What are you talking about
No,
now?
screw you. I wish you were dead. Like, hello, is anyone there? Dude, man, this is creepy as hell. Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Sullivan?
I swear. Hope I made you proud, Elizabeth.
Nice job, guys. I want to see that blooper reel. All right, so moving on, we have a show called View from the Hilltop, and a large portion of the segments for this show are done through our video club. These kids work really hard, and it's tough. It's a half-hour show, and it's really tough to put that on. We have so many different segments, and every year we get new students who say, you know, I would love to produce a show segment such as this or that. And we incorporate it because we want it to be creative and be about what the kids enjoy. So there's quite a few segments in this half-hour show. And so, yeah, here are the nominees.
Brain Brawl, Episode 3 by Trevor Kamara.
What are the 3 depths within a picture? A, foreground, middle ground, distant ground.
Elective Selected by Summer Rose.
Choose to create.
I Think I'm Funny, Episode 2 by Hayden Lopes and Aiden DaCosta.
Good question.
Guppy Love.
Slim pickings today, isn't it?
You don't look slim.
Teen Cuisine by Jacob Correa and Eli Whipp.
This ensures that you don't get your fingers cut in any way. Once you get a little bit too close, just push it aside and then move it forward.
And the winner for this category is Jacob Correa and Eli Whipp for Teen Cuisine.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Teen Cuisine. This is the February edition. I'm your host, Jacob Correa, here with my co-host, Chef Elijah Whipp. And Chef, what are we whipping up today?
So today we're going to be making mirepoix, which is a French flavor base. It's most commonly used in stews and socks and was invented in French by the Duke of Mirepoix in the 18th century. It consists of carrots, onions, and celery.
Ah, très bien. Now mirepoix, Eli, am I saying that correctly?
Exactly. Now, for the first step of mirepoix, we're going to need to wash and peel all of our vegetables, just so that there's no bacteria left on for them, since it's farm to the table. So. It's always important to wash your vegetables, not only to get some dirt off, but also to get rid of any bacteria that's left on from the farm or factory. All right, now the next step is peeling. I don't know if you wanted to try that out with the carrot.
I would love to.
All right.
I'm having a tough time here, Chef. You want to step in and get the save here?
Now the key is to never remove the peeler off the vegetable. So if you just keep it on, you can clean off the entire thing of all the skin in seconds.
That's why you're the chef.
Now, it's also good to save these skins. What I like to do is have a separate container for all of my scraps. We can then use that to make a stock later. After we have everything peeled, it's good to start cutting. Personally, I like to start with the carrot and end with the onion. This saves the tears for last. For this demonstration, I'm going to be making a soup with it, so I'm going to be doing a larger dice rather than a smaller dice. To start with that, you want to start by cutting off the ends of the carrots, putting these in the stock bucket for later, and then cutting them in half. After they're cut in half, you want to slice off just a little bit so it sits flat and isn't rolling everywhere.
Look at the technique.
Make sure it's flat on all sides. Just like that, not going anywhere. After we've done that, we want to cut them into planks. Here, I'm only going to be quartering them again because we're going for a larger dice. take all the carrots, cut them in half again.
Now, for a little foreshadowing here, are we going to do the same thing with the celery for all the viewers at home?
Yes, pretty much the same thing. Again, keeping it large and half again. And then when we're cutting, you don't want to be pushing down. If you push down, then that's just going to crush the vegetables and damage your knife. So as we're cutting, we're going to be wanting to do a rocking motion with the knife, like this.
Look at the precision on that. Look at the precision. Oh my God. Now, unlike most television shows that you see, we encourage you to try this at home.
All right, while cutting, you always want to make sure your hand is in a claw. This ensures that you don't get your fingers cut in any way. Once you get a little bit too close, just push it aside and then move it forward. Because you wouldn't want to ruin all your vegetables with some freshly cut celery in there. Okay, starting with the celery, we're going to want to cut the ends off again, just like the carrots. Then we're going to want to cut them in half. Now, these are already pretty big pieces, so I don't know if we're going to cut them in half again, but if you're going for a smaller dice, you want to hold it over and then slice right down the middle. So I'm going to begin chopping, trying to get all of the sizes uniform so that they cook evenly while they're inside the pot. Finally, the part I've been dreading, but one of my favorite vegetables, the onion. Now, it helps have a very sharp knife when cutting an onion because that saves you from some tears, because the tears come from an acid that's released as the cells are crushed. So if you have a sharp knife, you're slicing the cells, not crushing them. So always make sure your knives are sharp.
It's a very nice fun fact. I did not know that. And this, just for clarification, it's the onion, the vegetable, not the fake news source.
Yeah. Now, because I'm going to be doing big chops again, I'm going to be just slicing across like this. Now, you see a lot of people go sideways, which would be good if you're going for a smaller dice, but because I'm going for a bigger one, I'm only going to go across. And then just always remember to keep your claw. Slice just like that. Then go across again. Slice.
Is it true that onions have layers? We're kind of seeing them here.
Yes, that's actually what gives it that nice dice consistency. All the layers falling apart as you cut it.
You know who else said onions have layers? Shrek.
Yes. I don't know how good of a cook he is, but...
Nah, he's an ogre. He doesn't need to be a good cook. Mm-hmm. Great movies. Great movies.
Good movies. Now that we have all of our vegetables cut, we can start actually cooking them. Now today we're going to be cooking them into a soup, but you pretty much cook them all the same way. Just sauteing them in a pan and then adding them in whatever you're cooking. So here, we're going to turn on the pot. Add a little bit of oil and then wait for this to heat up. Make sure it covers the bottom of the pot and then also that it would be able to coat all of the vegetables just nice.
Awesome, awesome. I love that.
And then once you see that white smoke start to come up, that's when you know it's ready. Throw it all in there. Hear the sizzling of it. Then mix around and make sure every piece is covered in oil. Now is also when we would want to season with salt and pepper. The salt helps dry out any moisture from the vegetables, giving them more flavor.
Can I do the pepper? Can I do the pepper?
You wanna?
I really do.
A little bit of pepper? A little bit more? Just a little bit. All right, that's good.
I love that.
That's good. Now with sauteing, you want to keep the vegetables always moving so they don't burn. You don't want to see any of them. You don't want to see any of them sticking to the bottom or staying in one place for too long. Starting to feel.
Man down.
I'm jumping out. Starting to feel the onions getting to my eye right here right now. Standing over the pot. But
yeah. The end product will be worth it.
It's the price to pay for a good soup.
I guess so. Now, would you recommend this on a day when you're just curled up in bed and feeling ill?
Nothing helps more. Remember, keeping it on medium to high heat as well. Cook everything through fully. Now, if you're adding things like chicken chicken, beef, whatever else you might add to the soup, now would be the point to add it. But for this example, we're just focusing on the flavor base itself. Always moving.
You think chicken's the best addition here if you're adding a protein to it?
Chicken, yeah, I'd say so. It's just a classic. You can't
Yeah.
beat chicken noodle soup.
I mean, no offense to mirepoix, I've never had it. I'm gonna try it pretty soon. But chicken noodle soup, oh, nothing better than my grandma's chicken noodle soup.
Yep. Or I also love a good beef stew with nice mushrooms in there.
When it just falls off the beef, when it's just soft, oh, I love that. I love that.
Nothing beats it. Good red wine. For the soup.
For the soup, of course.
For the soup.
We're in America. We're in America. Age 21.
Yep. Soup just helps tenderize the beef. That's all.
Props to you, Eli.
Nothing but the best on Team Cuisine. Now here we can start to see the onions start to turn a little bit gold and lose that little white color. So that's how we know they're almost there. Just a little bit longer on the heat. Making sure to always stir, always stir. We don't want any of this burning. Here, you want to take over stirring a little bit?
I would love to.
Make sure none gets stuck to the side like that either.
Now, would you say, obviously I know the answer here, would you say this is better and better for you than a canned soup?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Canned soups, they put a lot of preservatives in there. Yes, it makes them very high on sodium and very salty.
This is probably also cheaper than a canned soup for the serving size that you're getting compared to that little can that you got to open up with a can opener. And this is much healthier for you. This is just 100% better in every facet.
Let's say you have any leftover tomatoes in the fridge. Leftovers, just chop them up, throw them in there. Tastes good. It's all vegetables. It's all vegetables. There's nothing you can really do to make this soup taste bad. They're no longer that white. A lot of them look pretty good, but they're still a little rough. So we're going to keep them tossing just a little bit longer.
Are we trying to get them to like almost a golden brown on the onions?
Yeah, golden brown. Golden brown and nice
that.
and soft is what you're looking for the other vegetables too.
Now what's the stock? What does that consist of?
So the stock I was explaining earlier is all of our vegetable scrap. Throw it into a pot with some water, let it sit there for a few hours, and then drain all the vegetable scraps out, and then you get a nice colored stock just like this. Yellow. And this is what's going to be our substitute for water in this, so it doesn't taste very watered down.
The upside of this is, looks like a good soup.
All right, these are starting to look just about right. I can feel that they're softer. They're looking real nice and cooked. Next step would be to add the vegetable broth.
All of it?
Yep, I'll tell you when to stop. All right, now the stock is looking very thick, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of water just to water it down a little bit, so it's not too overpowering. And there we go. That is a good color for the stock that you want. Now this is where we play the waiting game, just a little bit. Put the lid back on, and then let it come to a simmer. This would be normally a good time where you start to clean up everything.
Here at Team Cuisine, we like to multitask.
Multitasking is the most important skill in the kitchen, and it can make or break you in the industry. Looks nice and warm. If you want to pass me those bowls over there, we can start plating some up. Thank you. That nice broth.
You can see the steam coming off of it.
Oh yeah, this is nice and hot. Get all those vegetables at the bottom. Now, soups aren't the only thing you can make with them. I've prepared some rice with it. Now, I cut these a little bit smaller, as you can see, not quite as big as I did with the soup. Now, the vegetables add nice flavor to the rice as it simmers and heats up. Personally, I like to saute them first before I put them in the rice. This makes them a little bit softer. All right. First taste.
That's terrific.
Really good.
That's outstanding.
Really good.
Great job.
This soup would taste very good on any winter's day.
I was your host, Jacob Correa, with my co-host, Chef Elijah Whip, and we whipped up some awesome mirepoix.
Take it easy.
All right, so we've reached the time where this part of the video festival doesn't necessarily have a video attached to it. Sometimes it does. In the past, we've had best producer, best director, writer, so on and so forth, and they've been attached to videos. But this year, we decided to do things a little differently. Based on what the kids have done in class, video club, and everything else. So these will have a certificate and a bag here. Okay, there's a few little prizes in here for each student. So first I'd like to say the first one is Best Producer. And the young lady I chose for this really has a knack for being able to take charge of everything. She's truly wonderful in so many ways. She helped me tremendously during a Day at Santa's Workshop, which is a big event that we have, that we invite 110 or so little kids from the school system. And TV2 puts that event on. We sort of make news stories about it, and then it's just, it's a great little Santa's Workshop for kids. And this young lady, anytime I threw anything at her, whether it was shopping, whether it was multitasking, whether it was cutting snowflakes, whether it was the day of, which she wasn't even supposed to be here the whole day. But man, oh man, did she work her butt off. And really proud of her. She's actually wonderful in so many ways. Abby Almeida. Producing is a very big job. And oftentimes we kind of sort of have to have a co-producer or associate producer. Oftentimes the person doing that role does just almost as the same as the producer. You have to have a lot of attention to detail. And this young lady has definitely impressed me this year, 100%. As co-producer, I've chosen Angelica Rivera. Next one is Best Writer. Anybody in our classes will tell you that it's not an easy task. And we have quite a few good, great writers. Sorry, I'm like, whew, I'm loud. I didn't need a microphone, I guess. We do have quite a few great writers, and it's really nice to see. It kind of comes and goes every year. Some kids are better at editing, others are better at writing. And so this was a little tough for me to choose. I had a few kids in mind. The young lady that I chose, I found did one thing really, really well, which is very hard, and that is to write comedy. We all think we're funny, but we're not always funny. So, like that joke wasn't. So, shush. This young lady I chose has a knack for kind of leading the way as well and leading a crew. But she's really a tremendous writer, whether it's news, comedy, whatever you throw at her. Laisha Boone was chosen as Best Writer. This next award goes to someone who is tremendously talented as a graphics editor. Oh my God, I have thrown so much at this young man. I mean, literally, this gentleman has worked so tirelessly in the evening, weekends, on the fly, built graphics for his own show, other shows, Santa's Workshop, tabletops, you name it. This kid is so talented. And I often sit there and go, like, someday I just want you to teach me how to do that. Like, that's amazing. He's truly phenomenal. This next award, Best Graphics Editor, is Trevor Camara. on to on air. So we have quite a few kids that love being on the air, which I'm really excited about because it's something that I love to do. I had to break this down because some kids have really shown their talents on the air in a different capacity. So we sort of mulled this over and decided we were going to break it down. Best on-air sports talent. Man, oh man, this kid has a knack of talking. Jacob Correa. He impressed me so much. You are so good. Recently, we did a game. Was it the middle school, Hayden? You were Oh, Powder Puff. And I sat there on the side of him thinking, okay, now Evan's the sports broadcaster. I clearly am not a sports broadcaster. So I sat there just making sure the kids were okay, checking the camera. And I just kept looking to the side of me going, wow, this kid's amazing. Like, he can talk and about everything. Like, you really have a career in sports broadcasting if that's what you want to do. So kudos to you. Okay, this next young lady, super talented on the air and news. I just said young lady. I shouldn't have given it away. Very new to Fred TV. Only had her for a year, but thrown her in every situation in regards to news, whether it's Topper Morning, View from the Hilltop, morning announcements. And no matter what, she does it with such ease and grace and so well. And that is best on-air talent for news, Summer Rose. And it is Summer's birthday today. Happy birthday, Summer. All right, the last on-air award I would like to give is the on-air impromptu talent. And there is no one in this room that I've seen this year that does this better than Aiden DaCosta. This young man, I've thrown him into a 3-day fashion event. I've thrown him into every situation possible, and he succeeds, and he makes us laugh. All right, we also have a few awards that I'd like to give out, just because I think that these young individuals have been fabulous throughout the year for just particular reasons, and I'll let you know those. This student has improved so much from day one this year. Really, as a person, as a professional, as a student, just really come a long way. And I've really enjoyed having her here. For most improved, Farah Apollon. This next award, I absolutely had to give this award out to this young man. No matter how many times I said, can someone do this? Can someone do that? This young man is always, I'll do it. I'll do it. It doesn't matter if it's on the air, if it's helping another student, if it's filming, if it's working when we don't even have work. He says, I'll do it. Ryan Horseman, super proud of you. Most enthusiastic, I'll do it. Okay, this next one, I tossed and turned about how I would name this award because quite honestly, this young lady is multi-talented, really good at a lot of stuff. Sometimes comes up with stuff that just surprises me, and really great writer, great on air, great videographer. So honestly, the thing that I really enjoy most about this young lady that is rare in a young person, the ideas coming from this person, they're always good. There's never a bad idea. Not that there ever is, but really superb, like a wonderful thinker. So this next award goes to Hayden Lopes for most likely to have a good idea. This next award goes to someone who has been a little bit quiet all year. Very talented, but quiet about his talents. But man, during 48, did this young man come through in the clutch. And I noticed sort of the halfway mark that this person had such a knack for editing and a pacing. And boy, oh boy, did we need that at the 48. Sam Nem, most likely to come through in the clutch. Really appreciative of you. Very proud. Is a little bit of a funny one. This young man has really done a great job this year. Worked hard to become a student and be on time, and the responsibility that this young man has, he's improved with his student responsibilities tremendously this year. And you're all going to know who it is when I say most likely to scream in a movie. Keon Silvera. I had to do a funny one. But Keon, I'm very proud of you. Oh, you poor guy. Oh, God. Don't put him on the spot. One thing I enjoyed about Keon is that when he has a thought in his head, especially about editing, he knows what he wants, and he explains what he wants and why, and you just go with it. It's wonderful. All right, this next one is and also another kind of funny one. This young man gets put in a lot of roles for acting, and it doesn't matter if he is in a movie, in a horror movie, or has to be goth in a comedy. Honestly, this kid is very versatile. So most likely to say yes to a lead acting role, Cody Cabral. Oh, Crimson. Cody's one of those kids that just says yes no matter what the role is, and he really tries hard. He takes direction very well. This next award goes to a student who's been a student of mine for a long time, and I've really enjoyed having him. And he's leaving us this year. He's not in my class anymore, but he's with Gary, and he's been helping Gary out quite a bit, and he really is a superb independent study individual. And Bryce, I'm going to miss you so much. This award goes to Bryce Choquette. Bryce is also working on a movie in production right now. Okay, we're down to two more things. Thank you for bearing with us. Fred TV every year works really hard, and Evan, I would like you to come up too with me because in the past, so Pam is not here at the moment, but Evan and Pam do a lot of pieces for the city of Fall River. A lot of them are for nonprofit organizations, and over the years, they've worked really hard, and a lot of these companies will donate money to Fred TV for some of these services because they know that we do this with you guys. And they want to see the growth within the youth in our program, and they appreciate what we've done for the community. So they give us money towards scholarships. So I'm going to let Evan talk a little bit about in the past and some of the pieces that we've done, and more so he and Pam have done.
Okay. So one of the biggest ongoing things, if you've come to the Video Fest before, okay, I'll sit. I'll assume the position. Here we go. Okay. Last couple years, we've been working on a series of pieces for the Community Preservation Act and the committee here in the city, one of the many committees and boards that the city has. And the CPA, the Preservation Act, is a piece of the taxes that go towards projects within the city throughout the Commonwealth and whatnot. And the questions started coming, well, where's my tax money going? What are these projects? So the committee reached out to us to highlight some of those pieces, and then they showed us a book this thick of projects ongoing, and we said, how are we going to dwindle this down? So we've done a number of them. We showed some of them last year, and they were very generous with us as well. So that's part of where some of the scholarship funds came from. We actually did some stuff with the Watuppa Rowing Center. We've done stuff with United Way. They don't always give, they've given, monetary donations. They've also given us equipment and gear. Some of the tripods that the handycams that are for the handycams came from them. So it's stuff like that. Being nonprofit ourselves, we have to be careful not to be too commercial with things. So nonprofits helping nonprofits, it all goes back into the community. So that's kind of where a lot of this came from. Cool? All right.
Thank you, Evan.
Sure.
So with that said, we have two scholarships, each one valued at $1,000 from Fred TV to give to two seniors this year. The first individual that I'd like to give this to came to me this year as a TV1 student, didn't even know about Fred TV, was a transfer from Diamond, so was not even here at Durfee High School for all 4 years. So a lot of times we get to see these kids from freshman on up through senior, and that's such a beautiful thing, and that's why I cry so much at graduation, because I feel like they're a part of my family, literally. This young lady quickly became that. She really is just super talented. I'm kind of at a loss for words because I spoke about her last night, and she truly has been amazing. And she kind of came to Fred TV this year. She's a forensic science biology major, and she's going to also major in communications. We're going to miss you, Summer Rose. Come on up. So Summer's going to be attending Westfield State College in the fall and majoring in forensic science and communications, minoring in communication, double major. Okay, couldn't remember what you had decided, but her love for Fred TV this year kind of spearheaded that. And she's so talented. So I'm so happy to see that. Can't wait to see where life takes you. This next $1,000 scholarship goes to an individual that I've known for a couple years now, and he is I'll say an adopted student because he's in our independent study. He's not in a physical class this year with us. But man, oh man, have I put this kid to work. Literally, I throw so much at him, whether it's a View from the Hilltop segment, whether it's a fashion event segment, on the air, editing. I've put him in every single spot known to mankind, and he's been up for the challenge, and he does it with a smile, and he's constantly making everybody's day brighter. Aiden DaCosta, you are the other recipient of the $1,000 scholarship. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. For those of you, give yourselves a round of applause because, honestly, some of you were up here as a nominee. And as I mentioned, just to get in the nominee category, I have freshmen here. Charlie was one of them. Lamar is here. It was they've worked on a couple pieces together. And to be up here as a freshman, as a nominee, that's almost unheard of. So you guys that, put pieces into these categories, they looked great. We're really proud of you. And the whole name of the game is to grow as the years go on, right? You heard Summer earlier saying about her TV1 project. That was only in October, but, she's already grown above and beyond, which is what we want. So I applaud you all. I applaud you parents, because out of all the talents in this room, I have to say these kids are amazing. They're wonderful souls. So thank you, because honestly, I love coming to work. So thanks to you, all of you. That's it. That's all we got.